Hi, Bill Edstrom here, and there's another new feature in Tracktion 6 I'd like to show you today, and that's Create Submix Containing. If you select any group of tracks, down in the Properties area, you'll see there's Create Submix Containing. This works kind of like the folder tracks that we have before. We have another companion command called Create Folder Containing. Now, if we do the folder, I'm just going to show you that first so you can see the difference with the submix. So if I create a folder, I now can collapse and kind of organize my mix. I've chosen to put all of my drums into a folder. That's probably the most common use of this. Now with a folder, if you look out here, you've got a DCA. It's a digitally controlled volume here, and that allows you to adjust the levels proportionally across all of the tracks that are within the folder. Folder tracks have some other cool features, like you can actually do editing. So if we position the cursor and do a split like this, it splits across everything within the folder. So that's a nice handy editing tool. But that's not what submixes are about. Submixes allow you to actually apply effects to the entire group by basically creating a bus. So I'm going to undo out of the folder and recreate this as a submix. So I'll select the kick, I'll do a shift selection and select room. Selections are best done by just clicking directly on the track name. I'm holding down shift and then I'll hit the track name of the first one there. And then we'll click Create Submix Containing down here in the Properties section. And it looks similar. We've got a submix. If I click on the submix, it has a name, and I think I'll rename it to Drum Submix, just so it's clear what it is. Now out here, we have the normal objects or plugins that you'd have in the mixer on any track. So we have the volume and pan plugin, and this will control the volume, the pan. The audio is actually routed through all these tracks and then through the submix itself. That means we can apply effects to the submix, which we couldn't do with a folder track. So for an example, I'm just going to put something kind of crazy and creative on this bus, and for that I'm going to find a distortion plugin, and one cool one is the Isotope Trash 2. So I'll drag that in and open it up, and let's see what we can put on our bus. Percussive sounds interesting. And I'll just get it playing and try a couple different things here. All right, so I picked a really extreme preset. The idea is to show you that if you're using a bus effect, you can do this to add some energy and some interest to a drum part by just putting something in parallel. So you start with something really extreme and then use the wet-dry control on the effect in order to bring just a little bit into it. So I'll do that and then I'll bypass it just so you can hear the difference. So that's a pretty common technique with bus effects. Of course, you could use compressors, limiters, and traditional bus effects, but I really just wanted to show you how the mechanism works. Now, if you want to take all the tracks back out of the bus, and so that you're no longer in the submix, the way you do is you just select all of them and then drag them where they're no longer in the bus, drop them, and then select the submix, hit delete, and you're back to where you started. So that's how the new Create Submix feature works in Tracktion 6. Thanks for watching.